the vehicle was hired?
Yes, so what you have, my lord, you have the infringement as per the license statement and exhibit AAA, which was disposed by Mr. Mato. It indicates when the infringement was done.
Yes.
Insofar as the hiring company, the shuttle services, the director indicates that the records that she could find was to confirm that at some stage, indeed, accused 5 was hiring a car, and she referred to a specific date, attached the contract that she could lay her hands on, but then she says the records for 2014 October, and this is the part I was saying, my lord, she could not find them because the company is liquidated, but she said, and it's contained in a statement that she'll get back to us, searching for those records, my lord.
Lana ke lama documents ke noma njengoba ngisho ukuthi director ngitholile ke ukuthi ke futhi ke yase inenkontileka ke la ukuthi ke evuma ke noma esho khona ke ukuthi kunesikhathi ke la khona umsolo wesihlanu bayeza ke khona azothatha imoto noma azohayela ke imoto kukhona ke nemininingwane ilana kanye futhi ke nala uMatlo asho khona ukuthi kwakunini ke la kwatholakala ukuthi khona kophula umthetho wezomgwaqo ke ngayo imoto leyo eyayisetshenziswa uyena umsolo wesihlanu ushilo ukuthi kulesikhathi lesi sango 2014 akukho akutholileke kodwa ke usazobheka ke njengoba inkampani ingasasebenzi noma ke isiyavala.
So, Brigadier, you don't have a record for the car hire for the year 2014?
No, I don't have, my lord. That's why I said that before we even adjourned that we could not find the records for 2014. So we don't have that currently, my lord.
Okwamanje ke ama record ke angu 2014 okuhayala kwemoto ke asinawo.
Is it correct that infringement that is there is for 2016, if I remember very well, not 2014?
No, absolutely, you're right, my lord. It is for 2016.
Kweqiniso ke ukuthi leli ke icala lona ke lemoto noma ke lezokudala semgwaqweni ke infringement lena ke yango 2016 hayi 2014.
Exhibit J. I just want to refer you, Brigadier, to Exhibit J, where Warrant Officer Amanda Yvonne Stenkamp states the following. The 6th witness called, Sipiwe, could not compile any faces, but he mentioned that he saw an old green-blue sedan near the danger box. 2 unknown African males were sitting in the car, and the other 2 were standing outside the car. After a few minutes, the car left, and only 3 unknown African males stayed behind and were busy on their phones. The witness later saw them running. In front was a person with dreadlocks running with a firearm in his hand. The other suspect jumps over the wall. Close quotation. So, Brigadier, when I read this, logic dictates to me that the getaway car was a green-blue sedan which was standing next to the danger box. What is your comment on this?
You simply have to look at the exhibit HH and JJ, then you will see that it's not that car.
Mangifunda lokho ke mina ke manje ufika mina ke ukuthi ke ngokwalokho okushiwo lana ke uSimpiwe ufika ngalendlela ufakazi wesithupha obizwa ukuthi uSimpiwe akazange akwazile ukuthi abusho noma ke udwetshweke ubuso kodwa ke washo ukuthi wabona ke imoto endala egreen eblue eyisedan eyayime eduze ke kwalokubizwa ukuthi phecelezi ke danger box ebhokisi ke logesi abantu ababili besilisa abamnyama babehlezi emotweni abanye ababili bona babemi ngaphandle emva ke kwimizuzu embalwa ke imoto yase ihamba kwaba abalisa abathathu abasala ngasemuva bebhizike kwamakhala ekhukhwini babo kamuva ke ufakazi ukuthi wababona ke begijima phambili kwakuumuntu wayinama dreadlocks egijima enesibhamu esandleni omunye wajomba ubona manje ke Brigadier mina ke kuloko engikutholayo ukuthi ke imoto yasetshenziswa kwakuyimoto eyindala igreen eblue ngombala uthi uBrigadier uzofanele ubheke ke exhibit HH uzothola ke ukuthi akusiyona le moto ebhaliwe la.
You will further, my lord, find that in the statement of Kwabeni he indicates what vehicle was used by the accused on that specific day, particularly that was driven by accused number 5. He specifies the vehicle that it was a VW Polo.
Kuzofanele futhi ubheke ke nestatement sakhe ke uGwabeni uyayisho ke imoto eyisetshenziswa abasolwa ngaleli yalanga uyasho ukuthi kwakuyi VW Polo esho futhi ke ukuthi yayishayelwa uyena umsolo wesihlanu.
This is also supported by Constable Zungu's affidavit, where he says he was driving a white one, and at some stage I think they needed to change or make space for each other, and he also confirms that accused 5 was driving a VW Polo.
Na uyakuthola ke lokho nakusona istatement sakhe ke uConstable uZungu uyasho ukuthi yena ke wayeshayela eyimhlophe ngombala kunesikhathi lapho kufanele khona ke bashintsheke uyasho ukuthi umsolo wesihlanu wayeshayela iVW Polo.
Yes, ma'am.
Is it correct that Kwabeni, you have dealt with Kwabeni yesterday, Sifiso Zungu, has not testified, Brigadier, in this court?
Yes, madam. Yes. I'm aware.
Kuyiqiniso ngiyazi ke ukuthi ke uSifiso uGwabeni ke akabethukile ubufakazi phambi kwenkantolo.
Constable Zungu, Brigadier, does not say in his affidavit or in his evidence in chief, even under cross-examination by the defense, that he saw he saw the accused in the vehicle that was driven by accused number 5. It doesn't say that.
No, but that's not what I said. I'm saying accused 5, insofar as I recall the statement of Constable Zungu, I was of course not here when he testified, my lord. He does place his accused 5 as the driver of a VW Polo. And I'm saying if you look at the exhibit HH and JJ, accused 2 indicate who was driving the getaway car. That correlates with what Constable Zungu is saying, insofar as accused 5 driving a VW Polo, also being mentioned by Sifiso Kwabeni, who indicates that he saw something written BIS or something that indicates that the vehicle could have been hired. So I'm talking about the correlation of the evidence, my lord.
Engikushoyo ke lana ukuthi ke uConstable uZungu uyakhuluma ke noma uyasho ukuthi umsolo wesihlanu wayeshayela yona ke iVW Polo. Ubheke ke itatimende uHH noJJ la umsolo wesibili ke ashoyo ke khona ke ukuthi ke imoto esetshenziswa eshayela uyena umsolo wesihlanu kwakuyiVW Polo. Ubese ukhuluma nangaye ke noma ke ubuka yena ke uSifiso Kwabeni Zungu uyasho ke ukuthi ke kunemoto eVW Polo yayishayela yena ke umsolo wesihlanu. Uyasho ke futhi ukuthi yayibhalwe uVIS okushoyo ukuthi kwakuyimoto eyihayariwe.
A120, the Brigadier of the Docket. It is a statement by kwelikaMeyiwa. It was made by this witness on the 12th of August 2018 at 1500 hours. Sorry, not made. It was commissioned on the 12th of August 2018 at 1500 hours. And it is signed by the deponent kwelikaMeyiwa on that day. I just want to read the statement. You have it, Brigadier?
Yes, I have A120 in front of me, my lord.
It reads as follows. On the 12th of August 2018, Sunday morning, around 11, a police officer, Captain Mohale, came to my place after we agreed that I will point out the person that I saw him running away from the direction of the crime scene of the murder of Meyiwa. I explained to the captain that I saw the person again the previous Sunday at the complex, and he spoke to me, greeted me, and said to me that the last time he saw me was on the night of Meyiwa was killed. I never responded. And he told me that his name is Jan, and he's residing at a certain house at Paradise, Fosloras, paragraph 3. The same day, on the 12th of August 2018, at about 1400 hours 30, while I was with Captain Mohale, we met with this person in the street at Paradise, Fosloras. I then indicated and pointed out the person to Captain Mohale, that this is the same person I saw him running away from the direction of the crime scene of the murder of Meyiwa. I then requested Captain Mohale not to interview him in my presence, and I did not want to make him, open brackets, Jan, close brackets, aware that I am the one who pointed him out because I was scared of him. Captain Mohale approached the person and spoke to him, and they exchanged the contact details. Jan was not looking sober, and I heard him asking Captain Mohale for Dacha several times, but Captain Mohale could not understand him at all. I later told Captain Mohale that the person was asking for Dacha. I then later learned that Jan's real name is UBeigadier, as he told Captain Mohale. I would like to confirm that on the night of Meyiwa was killed, the time I saw uBeigadier running away fast away from the direction of the crime scene, he was alone, and I never saw any person behind him. And at that time, all the other people were running towards the crime scene. I only knew uBeigadier by sight. I did not know him, so I did not know his name, and he knows me very well. The statement might not be certified by the deponent, and it is signed by the Commissioner of Police.
Istatimende ke asifundayo advocate Nxumalo sifundeka ngalendlela sakhe uKholileMakhuleko uyasho ke ukuthi uhlala kuphi ikhevi uthi ke nge12 zika August 2018 kwaku ngesonto kusekuseni isikhathi ku11 kunephoyisa uCaptain Mohale eleza ke la engihlala khona emuva kokuthi savumelana ukuthi ngizokhomba ke umuntu engambona egijima ukusuka ke ngakuhlangothi lwala isigameko senzeka khona ngathi ke kwabulawa Meyiwa ngamchazela uCaptain ukuthi ngabona ngambona ke umuntu futhi noma ngimbonile futhi ke kwisonto ke elindlule la engihlala khona ke ecomplex futhi ke wakhuluma nami wangibingelela washo ke kumina ke ukuthi ke ugcina kwakhe ungibona kwaku ngobusuku ke ekwabulawa ngabo Meyiwa angizange ngiphenduleke kuyena ke wase engitshela ke ukuthi igama lakhe kuYan and uhlala kumuzi othile eParadise eFosloras ngalelo langa lelo lange-12 ka-August isikhathi kwakungu-14:30 ngangikanye naye-ke uCaptain Muhale sahlangana-ke nalo muntu uYan emgwaqeni khona-ke eParadise eFosloras ngase ngimkhomba-ke umuntu lowo kuyena uCaptain Muhale ukuthi uyena lo engambona-ke egijima ukusuka-ke kuhlangothi lala isigameko senzeka khona-ke nkathi-ke kubulawa uMeyiwa ngase ngicela uCaptain Muhale ngase ngimcela uCaptain Muhale ukuthi angakhulumisani naye noma abe ne-interview naye ngikhona mina njengoba ngangafuni-ke ukuthi uYan azi ukuthi yimina umuntu owamkhomba ngoba ngangimsaba. uCaptain Muhale waya-ke kuyena lo muntu wakhuluma naye base benikana-ke amanamba abo. uYan kwangabukeki-ke kuwumuntu wayengabukeki nanjengomuntu-ke owaye esoba futhi-ke ngase ngimuzwa-ke ecela yena-ke uCaptain Muhale emcela insangu noma amahlandla-ke ahlukene kodwa-ke uCaptain Muhale wayengamuzwa ukuthi uthini. Kamuva ngase ngitshela-ke uCaptain Muhale ukuthi lo muntu lona umcela-ke ucela insangu kuyena ngase kamuva-ke ngezwa ukuthi uYan lowo noma-ke igama lakhe uYan uNqubeko Mtande nanjengoba watshela yena-ke uCaptain Muhale. Ngiyafisa-ke ukuqinisekisa ukuthi ngobusuku bokubulawa kwakhe-ke uSenzo ngabona-ke uNqubeko Mtande egijima kakhulu futhi noma-ke egijima ngesivinini ukusuka-ke kuhlangothi lala isigameko senzeka khona kwakuyena yedwa angaze ngibone omunye umuntu egijima noma ebaleka emva kwakhe ngaleso sikhathi leso. Abanye abantu bona-ke babegijima beya ngala isigameko senzeka khona. uNqubeko Mtande ngangimazi nje kuphela ngokumbona ngangingalazi igama lakhe kodwa yena-ke ungazi kahle.
Brigadier, the reason for me reading this statement into the record, it appears to me, Brigadier, that there was a lot of movement in that street on the day of the incident. Some people were going or running away from the scene, others were going to the crime scene. Do you confirm that? From the reading of the statement?
Yes, from the reading of the statement, my lord. From the reading of the statement, let me concede, yes, that's what the statement seems to be saying.
Yebo, mawufunda-ke istatement leso sisho-ke ukuthi nje kuningi-ke kwakwenzeka abanye babegijima beya ngala isigameko senzeka khona abanye begijima bebuya ngala isigameko sasenzeka khona uma ufunda lesi statement.
Yes, I'll leave that for argument. I just wanted this to be on record. Thank you. Then, Brigadier, we'll move on to your affidavit, A128. The affidavit, Brigadier, that you made on the 29th of November 2019 at 1200 hours 59 minutes.
Yes, my lord.
Oh, you've got it?
I've got it, my
Oh,
lord.
thank you. Brigadier, before we go to this affidavit, I just want to ask you a few questions. You said this docket was discussed with the DPP Pretoria. They gave you guidelines in terms of investigations.
Yes.
Ngishilo ukuthi yebo idokotela leli kulapha ukukhulumisana nabo-ke nabashushisi-ke bala ePitori beyibona-ke abashoyo ukuthi akwenzekeni.
And that is at the stage, my lord, when it was assigned to them, because the docket was not initially sitting with DPP Pretoria. It was not there, but at some stage then it was moved to Pretoria, and then that's when I started engaging with the three state advocates, insofar as the Pretoria section is concerned.
Lokho-ke kwenzeka ngesikhathi-ke manje idokotela selidlulisele kubona-ke ngoba-ke kunesikhathi la khona idokotela lingekho kubona-ke. Emuva kwalokho ukuthi idokotela selibona-ke ila engiqale khona-ke ukuthi ngikhulumisane-ke nabashushisi labo abathathu.
My lord, I have not made copies of this affidavit. I'll make copies later because I intend to hand it in as an exhibit. Brigadier, is it correct that this affidavit is signed by you and your signature is appearing at page 3 of 3? It was signed on the 29th of November 2019 at 1200 hours 59 minutes.
That is correct, my lord.
29 November 2019 njengoba usho ukuthi mina wasayinda istatement leso.
And it was commissioned by Captain Mofola. Sorry, not Captain. Constable Mofola on the 29th of November 2019 at 12:59.
By Detective Sergeant Mokula.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, I can't read.
Detective Sergeant Mofola uyena-ke umuntu-ke owafundisa-ke noma-ke owabheka-ke isitembu so.
Paragraph 5 of this affidavit reads as follows, Brigadier, and I quote: copies of the docket was given to 4 members of the investigation. That is, Lieutenant Colonel Tselezi, Lieutenant Colonel Ramokgalo, Warrant Officer Makubo, and later, Advocate Silepe from the DPP KZN. After this, the said docket were given to the DPP Johannesburg for further guidance. I'll end there, Brigadier.
Yes.
Yes. So, Brigadier, when was the docket firstly handed to the DPP Johannesburg?
So I think I see the confusion, my lord. If you read the statement correctly, and because I testified about this, because it relates to the issue surrounding Mr. Thorpe, and I indicated that at that stage, I was not the investigating officer of this case. I was then asked by Divisional Commissioner General Komo to go and inform the family about them visiting, coming to give a progress report with then the former Acting National Commissioner General Patlane. I've testified about this, my lord. But in between then, we were asked to assist, but I was not the leading investigating officer. So that is the first part insofar as Mr. Thorpe is concerned. When we came on board now, as the investigating team on this matter, where Colonel Ramohala was appointed, myself, as per the document I spoke about, Lieutenant Colonel Buthelezi and Warrant Officer Makubo. The first person we worked with, who was then assigned to us, was this Advocate Selepe. Then subsequently, the docket then went to Johannesburg. He was giving advice, then it went to Johannesburg under Advocate Chawuke, the DPP there, yes. Advocate Market, and Advocate... I remember the names, my lord, but they were the ones dealing with it. Then subsequent to that, then it was moved to Johannesburg. So it was basically the chain of events that I was explaining. But the statement, it's in relation to Mr. Thorpe's statement, giving the background as to how did I get involved, and then went out, and then subsequently then get appointed. And when I got appointed, when Mr. Selepe came in, it was during this process when the docket was then assigned to me, my lord.
Ngiyabona ukuthi manje indaba isiba kuphike lana ngoba ke kumayela nestatement lesi sakhe uhlophe ngoba ke kunesikhathi la khona ke esasiceliwe ke khona ukuthi asilekeleleke siye ke nase KZN la esiyoshoke siyokhulumisana khona ke nomndeni ukuthi ke icala leli noma uphenyo ke lukuphike nendawo ila esaqala khona ke ukuthi manje sisebenzisane naye ke noma sihlangane naye ke uadvocate uSilepe leyo lase emuva kwalokho ke idokodoke liyadluliselwa ke liza ke kuadvocate Chawuke ose Johannesburg wayekhona naye ke futhi uadvocate uMarket phakathi kulokho ke kodwa ke ngolokho kwenzeka ngaphambilini ukuthi ke ngibe sibe yithina ke abaphenyayo kamuva ke ila sekuba imina uKenele uRamohale uLieutenant Colonel Buthelezi kanye futhi ke naye uwarrant officer uMakhubo.
Hence, my lord, you will see that this affidavit is dated 2019 November 29. So I was already the lead investigating officer in this matter. And I've also testified that, my lord, that this statement came as a result when the DPP, the current prosecutor, said, let us explain these events of this allegation that there seems to be a statement that we did not find in the docket, which was misleading because the statement was in the docket, my lord. So that is how this statement came about, because they said, dispose an affidavit explaining this event so that this issue of the so-called missing statement can be addressed. That resulted in 8/128, my lord.
Ingakho ke ubona ke ne date ithi nge 29 November 2019 ngaleso sikhathi ke kwakusemina ke ohola ithimba eliphenyayo ila sekuvela khona ke manje udaba lokuthi kune statement esingekho noma ke ngasiyona ingxenye yedokodo base bashoka abashushisi laba ekuyibona ke manje abashushisa ke icala leli ukuthi ke achazwe lo daba lolu ke ingakho kwaba khona ke le statement lesi.
So basically, Brigadier, my question to you was, when was the docket forwarded to the DPP Johannesburg for guidance?
No, so my lord, the docket was initially in Johannesburg. The jurisdiction. So where this offense took place, it's first for us. The DPP, that section falls under DPP. When we were initially assigned, the matter was under Johannesburg, under the DPP. Then Advocate Sleke came on board. Then the National Director of Public Prosecution at some stage then gave a directive that the docket must be moved from DPP Johannesburg to Pretoria. And that is how we find ourselves here. But initially, from 2014, even before my time, the docket was guided after the placement of Mr. Mbata. It was dealt with in Johannesburg until it was moved to Pretoria.
Umbuzo wami kuwena ke ukuthi ke Brigadier ukuthi ke idokodo leli laya ninike eJohannesburg. Uthi ngaso sonke ke isikhathi kusuka ngayo ke u2014 idokodo leli lise Johannesburg ngoba ke nendawo ke la isigameko senzeka khona ke iForslorus ingaphansi kwayo ke eJohannesburg. Kodwa ke kwanesikhathi ke la khona ke sekushiwa ke manje ukuthi ke alisuke ke eJohannesburg lize ke ePretoria kodwa ngaso sonke isikhathi idokodo leli lalise Johannesburg.
Brigadier, when was the docket forwarded to the DPP Johannesburg for guidance? Do you know or you don't know?
No, my lord, I don't know. But there is a correspondence. I think that is the NPA directive. What I know is that we informed that we now have to go to Pretoria DPP, and that is when I indicated the date of January when we met the advocate for the first time with Brigadier Perumal, my lord. I testified about that date. But the correspondence between the NDPP with these two DPPs, my lord, I'm not privy to that, except that we got a directive that now we must go to Pretoria, and that is when now the three advocates were introduced. I've placed even the date when we had the first meeting with Advocate Baloyi, Advocate Leonard, and Advocate Makwata.
Ukuthi ke kwakuninike uma ke idokodo leli lise Johannesburg ke anginako ke lokho kodwa ke kukhona ke okubhaliwe ke okubhalwe phansi ukushoyo lokho kodwa ngishilo ukuthi uma ke siza ePretoria ngangayisho ke ne date la khona sesiqala khona ke ukuthi sikhulume nabashushisi ke uadvocate Leonard kanye futhi naye ke uMakwata ngishilo le date leyo.
Was there a decision that was taken by the DPP Johannesburg? Was there a decision, or did you receive any guidance from the DPP Johannesburg?
My Lord, the matter was guided. There are instructions from Advocate Market before my time. Like I said, it was before my time. The docket has always been under that jurisdiction until the NDPP gave a directive that it must be moved. So it was always there.
Yebo ke khona ke noma ke i-directive noma ke okwashiwo ke u-advocate uMarket kodwa lokho kwakungaphambi kwesikhathi sami futhi ke ngaphambi kokuthi ke kushiwo ukuthi iDocket manje alidluliselwe ePitoli kodwa isikhathi sonke laliseJohannesburg.
Even when I was appointed, it was still falling under that jurisdiction, my Lord, until it was then moved to Pretoria.
Nasemuva kokuthi sengiqokiwe ke lalise lapho ke kwaze bathathwa ke isinqumo sokuthi ke alisuke ke lapho lize ngala.
Was there a decision that was taken by the DPP Johannesburg
A decision to do what, my Lord? I don't follow.
whether to prosecute, decline,
No, but
interview witnesses, guidance in terms of investigation, decision? Was there any decision?
No, there's no decision. The docket speaks for itself, my Lord. There were no suspects in this docket 636 that were on site. The only person, if you look at the history of this docket, the only person that was once arrested, enrolled, is Mr. Mbata. Then the matter was withdrawn. Thereafter, it was people of interest that the police were investigating and pursuing and then not finding substance on it and then leaving them, my Lord. The only time in this docket where you find suspect being cited and then enrolled with evidence is the accused before court, my Lord.
Asikho ke isinqumo sasithathiwe ke ngaleso sikhathi noma ke sathathwa ke khona lapho kunesikhathi ke la khona ke kwakuwumbatha ke umuntu ngoba ke babengekho abasolwa kwakuwumbatha ke kodwa lase icala liyaxoxiswa ke kuyena isikhathi ke la khona ke kwakunabasolwa futhi ke abasolwa labo ke balethwa ke phambi kwenkantolo yilabo abasolwa.
When the docket was with the DPP Johannesburg, was there indictment that was drafted? Do you know or you don't know?
My Lord, my understanding of the drafting of indictment, you draft it after you have identified suspects and then with corroborating evidence that will convince the NPA that there are prospects of successful conviction. I am saying, when the docket was in Johannesburg and the docket speaks for itself, there is no indication after Mr. Mbata that anyone, not even a memorandum was presented to say these people under this docket that I'm talking about, even an attempt to say we have this evidence, can you make a decision? There hasn't been such presentation. The matter has been all along under investigation. The only time a memorandum suspects were interviewed and then an indictment came into effect is in it's here, my Lord, in other words in Pretoria, where Advocate Baloyi, where the DPP in Pretoria then made a decision that the accused before court must then be indicted. That's how the docket is structured, my Lord.
Okwami ke ukwazi ukuthi uma ke sekwenziwa lokho kubizwa ukuthi phecelezi ke indictment la khona ke egwala khona ke manje amacala umsolo noma abasolwa abawathwisayo ila khona ke kunabasolwa abakhona futhi ke ngokubufakazi ke eninabo niyasho ke ukuthi la ngalobufakazi lobu ke abafaka umsolo noma abasolwa bazolahlwa icala noma amacala ababhekene nawo ngaso sonke ngishilo ukuthi ke eJohannesburg babengekho abasolwa babekhona kwakuwumbatha kuphela ke la sekuyaxoxiswa icala la khona ke manje sekunabasolwa kunememo ebhalwayo nemincwadi ke ebhalwayo ke kungenkathi ke kukhona laba abasolwa khona la ePitoli sekuyena uAdvocate Baloyi omshushisi.
When the docket was with the DPP Johannesburg, was the statement of Absalom Zungu in the docket?
No, my Lord. I've indicated, my Lord, that the statement of Absalom Zungu was obtained in November, the 17th of November 2019. At that stage, the docket was already in Pretoria. I've indicated that our first meeting, insofar as Pretoria is concerned, took place in January already, my Lord, of 2019. So from the beginning of the year 2019, the docket of this matter was seized with Pretoria DPP. Even then, the statement of Absalom Zungu was not in existence. It only comes to the docket on the 17th of November 2019, my Lord.
Ingabe sasikhona ke istatement sakhe uAbsalom Zungu ngathi idokodo leli lase Johannesburg cha ngishilo ke ukuthi istatement sakhe uAbsalom Zungu sihlangane naye sitholakale nge-17 ka November 2019 nango January ke ngathi idokodo leli lise Pretoria sasingekabi khona istatement sakhe uAbsalom Zungu.
So your answer is no?
It is no, my Lord. That's why I've sketched these timelines, the periods.
Ingakho ngisho ke inkathi lezi ngoba impendulo yami ke iyasho ithi cha.
Was it a prosecutor guided investigation that you must obtain a statement from Absalom Zungu?
My Lord, I don't
I'm
understand.
just asking the question, yes or no?
No, but I don't understand.
Well-
How do you guide it when an information is given to you? It's a simple thing. There's a source of information who says, I have information. You don't need to be guided by the prosecutor to follow that thing. It's part of my mandate. Any information is given to me as an investigating officer, we must follow it. Then obviously when you have the information, then you share with the NPA. That's when then you'll be getting the guidance. But following information, NPA cannot, because then the investigators, they can't guide you what you must follow. You go and follow, you collect whatever that you collect, you share with them, then they will guide you or tell you, is it worth pursuing and what you must pursue. That is how it is done, my Lord.